When I was a kid, I was 14 years old maybe, and I grew up with men who fished. I was a fisherman. I went to classes on learning how fish behave and like to be a great fisherman.
Wow.
I don't fish anymore. Not because I avoid it necessarily, I just don't. But my dad bought a skier bass boat and outboard motor, and that's what we fished on. And I was learning to drive that boat. My grandfather was actually the one teaching me to drive it. In an outboard motor in this boat, it goes this way, but it'll start to drift off a little bit,
Mm.
and then it'll kind of drift back the other way. Well, I didn't know that. So every time it would drift, I was turning the wheel. It would drift this way, turn the wheel, turn the wheel. I was always like touching the wheel. And my grandfather, this is what he said. He said, "The boat will be fine at idle. You're over controlling it.
Mm.
Take your hands off the wheel." He made me sit on my hands and just watch. And yeah, sure enough, it kind of went this way, and then it kind of just went back the other way. But the general direction was straight in the direction you wanted to go at idle. It doesn't matter what speed you're going. But I think about that all the time, 40 years later, where how often do I find
Mm.
myself over controlling the boat?
Yeah.
And that's a little bit, I think, what you're describing. Like sometimes we know this, like sometimes the thing to do is go with the flow. Sometimes the thing to do is paddle against the current with all your might.
Mm.
How do we know? We just have to check in with our intuition and the value and importance of what we're doing. But my default position now at this point in my life is go with the flow a hell of a lot more often.
Mm.
Just,
Yeah.
yeah, go with it. Just let yourself go. Know that you're a leaf on the stream and you'll generally be moving forward. Sometimes you'll get caught in a little eddy and spin in one place, and then you'll break out of that and you'll go. But
I'm
if you
giggling
do
over here.
nothing,
Yeah.
you can't do nothing,
Yeah.
right? But you can't over control the boat.
Yeah. No, I was giggling because I feel like I'm in this Jesus take the wheel
Right, right,
setting or session or time period of my life where I'm like, show me how good it gets.
right.
Thank you. Thank you. And then sometimes it's like my fingertips have to be pried from the steering wheel.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe today is more of like one of these numbers.
Right. Well, yeah, when you're pried from the steering wheel, is it you controlling it, or is it you holding on for dear life, or both, or what is that? These are
Oh
all
man.
interesting
Yeah.
analogies, and I think yeah, this is what we're learning as we get like when is it time to let things happen, and when is it
Mhm.
time to make things happen?
Yeah. Am I in the period of life where like the acting or the harvest, am I like harvesting now or am I
Mhm.
still like what is it, planting the seeds? I've
Right,
been listening to a lot of Neville Goddard lately, and he just talks about where how if you plant these seeds and do these things, you wouldn't be like digging up the seeds.
right,
There's an element of trust,
yeah,
like and for it to sprout and know that
yeah,
okay, if I planted sunflower seeds right there, a fucking sunflower is gonna is
yeah.
gonna
That's right.
bloom. But if I want a rose, then I might need to do some recalibrating, right?
Yeah,
If I but
like I don't know if how many listeners eat red meat. I'm a meat
I
eater for
love
sure, right
red
now.
meat.
So when you cook a steak, most of what goes into
Yum.
cooking a steak well is doing nothing at all,
Yeah.
right? Get the heat right, put the meat on, leave it.
For me, it's butter,
Yeah.
salt, and pepper.
Yeah, that's me. That's like
Yeah.
a little garlic, salt, and pepper. That's what I like.
Yeah.
And then to cook it, you care how much time. You have agency.
Mhm.
Get the temperature right. It needs to be on this side for this long. So you have to do something, but you don't overdo it. You don't constantly flip it and touch it and
Yeah.
mess with it and open the grill cover and change the temperature. Put it on, leave it alone.
Yeah. And how do you like your steak cooked?
I'm definitely a medium rare.
Same,
Yeah,
same. Now
medium
I'm
rare.
hungry.
If they're gonna get it wrong, it needs to be rarer, not
Yeah.
more like
Yeah.
not well done. Do not give me a.
It's kind of like my analogy with drugs.
Is that
You can
right?
well, I mean, you can always take more. You can't
Yeah,
take less.
exactly.
But
No,
like you can always cook it a little
if you
longer.
bring me a steak with no pink in it, you're getting it back.
Yeah.
That shows me you don't know what you're doing.
And I don't really partake too much anymore, but
Yeah,
occasionally,
yeah,
I'll do like a little medicine. I don't know
yeah.
how I got onto this subject,
Right.
just following
Mhm.
the butterflies of our conversation.
I love that.
Yeah.
Go where the mood takes you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, well, I'm gonna let's see if what my notes. Oh, I've been meaning to ask the people that come on, um, which like yourself, sometimes I remember and sometimes I forget.
Okay.
So I've been meaning to ask everyone because I want to make it kind of like a signature question.
Hmm.
What's turning you on in life right now?
Oh boy, you mean besides you?
Oh, really?
What's turning me on in life right now?
Me?
There's a lot swirling around my business and how I am engaging with other people that are kind
Mm,
of in a nascent stage of their business. And we're all just kind of bringing our gifts to the table and sharing, and it's really beautiful. And
mm,
that's kind of turning me on and lighting me up. Like just seeing people. This is a scary time to be, well, to be a lot of things, but to be an entrepreneur, it's scary.
mhm,
It's always scary, but certainly, and so all these kind of solopreneurs out here and how we're finding each other and saying, "Hey, we can support each other a little bit."
mhm,
And working with people that respect my boundaries and know how to set their own, the difference between like, yeah, we can share some ideas, and now you're crossing the line into my professional, like now you want my coaching or you want my support.
mm,
And it's really cool to be with people who are leaning into that, their gifts, accepting their courage and having the courage to accept what they have to offer and overcoming some of the saboteurs of what they're
mhm,
doing. So that might seem like a trite answer, but that really is kind of lighting me up is just the beauty of seeing people say, the way I'm going to respond to the state of things in the world right now is to own my shit and do what I
mhm.
can to make things better
Yeah, like how
and
can
try to make at least a little bit of a living out of it.
mhm. Still gotta
Knowing that
eat.
the coin of the realm is the coin of the realm. So there's just
Yeah,
something really cool about that. And then that we're all finding each other and finding ways to support each other and feeling a sense of community in that.
yeah,
And so, I mean, maybe at bottom, community is lighting me up because
mhm.
I'm now leading a community or
Cool.
stewarding a community. Leading is not maybe the word, but stewarding the community that I took over from Leola.
So dope. I don't
So
know much more beyond that, so let's unpack it.
you'd like to know?
Yeah.
So Leola, maybe back in June, had decided that she was ready to step away from the Naked Soul Society, which
Mhm,
is this community that she created over the last 4 years or something, 350, 400 members or something like that. Most of them local to the Austin area, um, but a really intentionally well put together community. Yes, she wanted to step away. And the day she said she's kind of done with this, like I was overwhelmed with the knowledge that I had to step up and say,
mm,
this can't go away. Like this is such a well curated community and that Leola built so intentionally and it's just such a legacy. And plus, I mean, like I love her so much.
y
Like without her, like we don't even know each other.
yeah,
And so it was just this overwhelming feeling. And so I sent her a text and I sent her a voice note and I said, how would you feel about, what can we do to put something together here? Like there's value here. What can we do? And we just started talking about it. And over the course of half of June and July, we put together a deal on August 1st. She had her last play party
mhm,
and I took over the community and transitioned things into my platform. But I'm just keeping it going. I haven't really changed anything. I just really want to honor the legacy. I want to continue to cultivate this intentional community that she built. I think she has traditionally done like 6 play parties a year.
mhm,
I intend to do a few more than that, and then I'm gonna reach out to the community later this year and just poll and say, like, "What do you wanna do? What more would you
yeah,
like to see from this community? How can we co-create something here that is more meaningful?" The play parties are great, but 30, 35 people, that's all you get. Well,
mhm,
that's 10% of the community. Could we do other events that are more inclusive with more people
mhm.
and
I
could
think yes.
can we offer opportunities for people to share their knowledge with each other and
Mm,
like I think
sounds like a mini festival or something,
maybe or just
possibly.
something ongoing even,
Or like
but
some like big
I
or
think that
bigger meetup or who
my
knows?
I feel like the only answer to the ills that we're all experiencing in this world is community.
Mm,
We have one and it's beautiful. And it's a community of conscious people, respectful people, loving people and people of integrity. And so it really felt important to me to not have that go away.
yeah.
Leola took this over, and when she said that she was again this feeling of trust and support, like she was immediately like, oh yeah, I do want that. You are the person. that she's been so supportive and so and supportive isn't even the right word. I mean, there's just been no doubt in my mind. It's like, yes, you're the person that if anybody's going to do this, I want it to be you.
Yeah.
And so I feel, but that's also one of those things where the responsibility, the feeling of the responsibility came first. And then because it's Leola, I
Right.
mean, in a way, like I can never step into her shoes or her persona. It's,
Just remix
yeah,
it a little bit with
it's
your
gotta be something,
energy.
it's gonna have some fingerprint, but that's why I want the community to do it, but it's scary to think of me taking on something that she made a success,
That's cool though.
because she's again, it's weird for me to not have the words, but I don't,
Mm.
because she's just I don't know, she's something special. I
Mhm.
mean, you are too, and, like, so many people in the community are. I mean, I feel like I got some I'm gonna pretend I'm not special in my ways too.
You are.
But, yeah, it's a big deal to feel like, that's the first party I'm hosting is October 11th, and I'm really looking forward to it, and I'm nervous about it,
Yeah.
being in the
I think
lead
all
role in
those
that.
things can
They
coexist,
all go
right?
together, and
How do
that's
you know
turbulent.
yeah, you mentioned, like, saboteur or, like, the self-sabot how do you kind of combat some of those, like, fears or nervousness or just, like, welcome it? I mean, like,
Yeah, I
as it
welcome
gets
it.
closer to that date, right? It's
I
less than a
welcome it.
month out, right?
I kinda hug them out,
Yeah.
you know, I've had plenty of opportunity to get in touch with my shadows and demons, and a friend of mine made a comment, last week. She just said, "I How is it that you have compassion and love for these parts of yourself? Like, I hate these parts of myself." Well, like, that is the key to me.
Mhm.
You hear things like ego death. There is no part of my being that I hate so much I want it to die, right? The point is to
Yeah.
integrate those parts of
Mm.
yourself. Realize that the nervousness and it's all protections, and it's all very normal, and some of it is highly amplified by pain and wounding from a time when we didn't have coping mechanisms.
Mm.
So just take that little child, that little part of yourself that's feeling that way, and embrace her, embrace him. Thank you for protecting me. I hear you. I'm listening, right? I'm not throwing you away. And we're fucking doing this.
Mhm.
Like, line up because we're doing it.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, you can beat me up later. You always have, right? But that's not how it's going to be. Like, we're going to move forward. We're not going to turn away from beautiful things and opportunities
Mm.
because they have thorns.
Mm.
We're not going to do that. We are going to lean into the beauty. And, if we get burnt once in a while, then that's just the price of it. But that's what it is to live.
Mhm.
That's what it is to live to me. Yeah, I could stay home and avoid all kinds of pain. I could also
That's it.
never see the
Pain
sun,
tolerance. Yeah.
never feel the sand of the beach
Mm.
between my toes, and never feel the wind in my face when I ride a Harley, right? I ride a motorcycle, right? I could not do that. I'd be a lot safer in a lot of ways if I didn't do it. Fucking worth it to me.
Mm.
So I want to live. I don't care. I care about where things can hurt me, and I'm
Yeah.
going to pay attention to that. I'm going to listen to those shadows and demons and honor them and have compassion for them, but they do not take the wheel.
Yeah. Do you think that we need to up our intake or capacity for pain or willingness to sit with it or be with it or
Yes.
discomfort? I mean pain as far as like
Yeah.
discomfort too.
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to develop our ability to sit in discomfort.
Yeah.
I was in Tulum for an event the beginning of August, like 8
Mhm.
days, in a cenote, um, which is like an underground cave. I don't know if everybody knows what that. Look it up. Cenote. Cenote. It was a beautiful experience, and it was a lot, a lot, a lot. It brought up a lot. I mean, some of it very, very physical. Like we did the temescal, which is like the sweat lodge.
Mm. Always wanted to do those.
God, it was so hot and so
Okay.
uncomfortable,
Yeah.
and so, like, but I realized in that this is what I'm here to do, is sit
Mm.
in the discomfort. And it was one of the first things we did. And the whole week was me sitting in a lot of discomfort and just saying that is why I'm here. I went in, people saying, do you know why you're here? Like, I really don't know why. I'm compelled to
Mm.
be here, but it was that. really walking away saying, yes, I need to remind myself that we do need to learn to sit in discomfort. We do need to build our capacity, and maintain our capacity for sitting in things that are uncomfortable to
Yeah.
us, right? It's
I agree. I mean, that's part of the reason why I sauna is
Mhm.
because I'm like, okay, 40 minutes, 150, 160 degrees.
Yeah.
There's, sometimes I distract myself. I'll do a little journaling or reading, and then
Mhm.
sometimes I'm like just moving. And I'm like each time
Yeah.
though, it's like I love a good twofer. I
Yeah.
feel like I'm,
Yeah.
like I'm eliminating some toxins, connecting myself.
Mhm.
Most of the time, I don't have my phone in there. Sometimes
Yeah.
take a little selfie here.
And if things get to be too
Yeah.
much, you can take a break. Like
Yeah,
in that
sometimes I open up
ceremony,
the door and let some
there
fucking
was
air
there was
in.
a woman in there that like I don't like they had to open a flap and let air in for
Yeah,
her, and they need that was the right thing to do.
yeah.
Right? I mean, just we got beyond her level of tolerance, and, in trauma work, that's what they call it. What is your
Mhm,
window of
mm.
tolerance? So, yes, the ability to, like, having the courage to expand your window of tolerance, I think is really, really
Yeah.
valuable.
'Cause I think there's a difference between expanding the what window of tolerance of pain or what we're willing to sit in the discomfort with and clinging to it because it's known,
Oh, yeah.
right? And then I think that if the more you sit in the discomfort, if in some kind of equal and opposite way, maybe it points to the amount of pleasure or joy that you
Yeah.
can have or experience
Mhm.
too.
Yeah, I
In
mean,
some ways. At least that's what I told myself when I was navigating a lot of, like, depression
yeah,
or dark sadness, grief. I was like, "Well, if this is how low I can feel, and I got a lot of joy
yeah,
that I have potential to reach.
that's right.
I just gotta."
Yeah, how do I bounce back from this? How do
Yeah,
I
yeah,
use this
yeah.
to launch?
Yeah. Mhm,
And, what's it teaching me? What
mhm.
is this here to teach me? And then sometimes, like, I don't give a shit what it's here. It just fucking hurts, right? Sometimes it just hurts.
Yeah.
Um, but when I mean, let me ask you, for the things you've been through, I've read your book, right? You've been through some hurt, and you've been through some hurt that has happened since you wrote your book.
Mhm.
Can you sit with more now than you used to be able to?
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And
it's
it's easier to give myself grace,
right.
like, or, even, like, with one of the things that I'm beating myself up now over, which I don't know how much I wanna get into that,
Hmm.
maybe off air with the
Okay.
tequila or a
Right.
burger or a
Yeah.
steak, is like, okay, at least I'm seeing the dots click in sooner or,
Hmm.
like, like, I was like, "Oh, okay, that was that little point that I ignored."
Hmm.
I heard it though,
Right.
you know?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's
Uh,
what happens first, right?
yeah,
First, there's the
yeah,
noticing.
yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now that I notice it after it happened. Now I can start to notice it before it happened.
Yeah, or in the
Now what
moment
can I do
of.
about it or
Yeah,
whatever? Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I told myself, I knew. I just didn't listen.
Oh, so much of that resonates. A year ago I did a little thing on Leola's Higher Love Club about embodied trust, self-trust,
Mm,
and how easy it is to just completely ignore that your body is going like, "What
yeah.
the fuck are you doing?" And you do it anyway, and you do it
My
anyway, and
hope weighed
yeah,
that,
yeah,
or my desire and my hope, I
yeah,
think, in a moment for this possible relationship or connection to transpire,
yeah,
it outweighed my
yeah.
knowingness or my trust or like my intuition tugging at me.
Yeah, I have a tenuous relationship with hope.
So
Yeah.
how do I